Hello and welcome to Red Gaming Tech for yet more of your daily gaming news of myself, Amata. This time I'm bringing you some rather interesting news concerning Dark Matter, as it has actually been pulled from Steam by Valve following the outrage over the game's abrupt ending and incomplete status. Now, complaints regarding this game have been pretty much everywhere for the last couple of days, as people discovered that the game is actually incomplete and basically ends with a to be continued kind of ending. And it's pretty much common knowledge by now that this is due to the fact that the initial Kickstarter for the game did not generate enough funds to actually finish it to the developer's satisfaction. The main issue that people seem to have, and rightly so, is that it does not clearly state on the Steam page, or didn't clearly state, as of course it has now been removed, that this game is incomplete and further episodes may be released, and that's may. And of course, if the initial episode, quote unquote, doesn't do well enough, then of course you will not be seeing a follow-up to the end. So, as it does happen, the game was intended to be longer, of course, but the Kickstarter failure resulted in it becoming more of an episodic affair. However, as I alluded to earlier, these future installments may not even come to pass. And of course, this led to much dismay to those who had actually paid money for the title. Newer episodes are dependent on the success of previous chapters, and as such, you could actually be buying a game that could be incomplete, that may never be concluded due to the fact that the first episodes just don't sell well enough and they don't have the money to finish off the story. And developer Interwave is looking to expand upon the game's abrupt cliffhanger, or the first chapter's cliffhanger. However, RPS is now reporting that alongside the game being removed from Steam, that GOG is offering refunds to those who bought the game before October 21st at 3 o'clock GMT, and as I said previously, the game has vanished from Steam following what has been called, quote, a known issue at the end of the game. So basically it is a lack of communication to the consumer, as the Steam page did not inform the user that this is an incomplete game. It wasn't in early access or anything like that. It was very much marketed and packaged as a complete title and was released as such, and didn't really make any allusions to the fact that it is incomplete and has no ending due to the fact that they just did not have the funding to actually finish it and how they wanted. Now, this game is by no means unplayable. However, I feel a lot of people feel they were misled because the Steam page didn't really make any allusions to the fact that this is basically the first chapter. They were under the impression that they were buying a full game, and I think that's where the issues lie. It's not just the fact that the ending was a cliffhanger, because of course there's plenty of games that don't have very good endings and they still remain available on Steam and other platforms to this day. I think it's just due to basically a lack of communication and misunderstanding and misrepresentation, excuse me, of the project, which is a real shame. I did like what I saw in the first impression review that I did, but as you might expect with the first impression review, I did not get very far in and was not made aware of these issues until a little bit after my coverage of the game. So there you have it. Hopefully there'll be a resolution soon. Maybe there'll be a piece of free DLC for those who own it on Steam to basically get the proper ending. But unless this sold enough before this whole thing happened, I don't see that happening. And I do wonder if anyone on Steam is going to get refunds. But it does seem at the moment that it's only GOG that are offering refunds to certain people. So there you have it. Not good times at all for Interwave Studios. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.